call this meeting to order for the December 21st, 2021 Apple Valley City Council meeting. I'd like to welcome both our in-person and virtual audiences this evening. For our in-person attendees, as your name is called, please approach the podium and address the council. For our virtual attendees, during our meeting, if you have a question or comments for the audience participation portion, please press the raised hand symbol and the meeting organizer will notify us that you'd like to speak. We will start our meeting this evening with the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'd ask you to rise and join us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I see we need to work on in unison a little bit better, but we'll try to get that for the new year. With that, the second item on our agenda is to approve the agenda. And Tom, any changes this evening?
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, no changes to tonight's agenda.
All right. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion from Bergman, second from Grendall. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Agenda carries. The next item is our audience participation portion. This is for items not on the agenda. We have a total of 10 minutes for this item. Meeting organizer, is there anyone in the virtual audience who would like to speak?
Mr. Mayor, there is no one wishing.
Thank you. I don't see anyone in the room, but we'll go ahead and offer it anyway. All right, seeing none, we'll close the audience participation portion and move on to the consent agenda. These items are considered routine and will be enacted with a single motion unless a council member or citizen requests to pull an item. Council members, any items you would like to pull from consent?
I'll move the consent agenda, but I will be abstaining from 4F.
Thank you. I will check with the audience as well and see if there are any items to pull. Meeting organizer, are there any items to pull from the virtual audience?
There's no one from the virtual audience.
Thank you. With that, we have a motion from Council Member Grendall to approve consent. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second from Melander. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, consent carries. Brings us to our regular agenda. And we're going to talk about proclaiming February 5th, 2022 as Apple Valley Midwinter Fest. And Bill, come on up. I don't see him anywhere. I don't see Santa anywhere.
I don't see him.
Where's the bear?
I know. The bear is still hibernating
Yeah,
at this point.
Bill's done enough time in costume this week. We'll give him a little break. Yeah.
Yep. Well, Mr. Mayor and members of the City Council, thank you very much for the opportunity tonight. My goal tonight is to run through our upcoming, exciting, newly changed and upgraded Midwinter Fest celebration, which does take place on Saturday, February 5th. That'll be right around the corner. Some of the new things, and this is exciting, we kind of rework things and tweak things, and three main new things. One is location. We're moving locations. We're moving out to Johnny Cake Ridge Park West, and primarily we'll be occupying the parking lot near the activity center out there, near the new pickleball courts. And the other major change is it's going to be an outdoor event, a true outdoor event, no indoor event. The only thing that will be indoors is the warming house for the hockey group. And or if you go into a portable toilet, that'll be the indoor event.
That's a good idea.
So we really wanted to focus on getting it outside, and we're really excited about that. And we just please remind everyone to dress appropriately. We're not going to have the community center this year, so activities, a lot of new activities, food trucks, live music, fireworks, bag toss tournament. Our Parks Department created a garden cart train for kids, among other things. We'll be filling in for different activities for families and kids. So that's really exciting to get some new life into this. Some of the outdoor activities, let me change. Oh, and this is some visuals here. This is last year's medallion hunt. was a good one. It went almost, I think it went to the last clue, which is always good. Very cold day. We'll have wagon rides pulled by horses. The live music will include the Riverside Hitmen, who were popular during our summer events in Kelly Park, and fireworks by the Russ Pyro, which does the fireworks in the summer, so I'm sure it'll be a great show. And wanted to thank the following sponsors. This is our sponsorship at this point. We will be getting more sponsors eventually, but these are some of the key ones right now. The Apple Valley Arts Foundation was instrumental at locking down and helping us out, the city out with the entertainment. Apple Valley Hockey Association and ECU Hockey Association stepped up this year and made a financial contribution, each group. And the Apple Valley Rotary Club, I'd like to acknowledge them too. They also made a financial contribution, so we appreciate that. And all these donations and sponsors and support we get help to offset costs and help keep the event free for families. So that's very important. Okay, yeah, some of the outdoor activities, I was just gonna hit on some of these. Mentioned some of these before, but the youth hockey, they typically have had a jamboree, the mites, but they're still working on all the details, but they'll have youth hockey going on beginning around 10 a.m. And they'll have games and tournaments out there. Medallion hunt, that's an annual tradition. I believe it's been going on since the early 80s. I was told last year by the veteran hunters that I think Apple Valley's is, if not the oldest, second oldest community-run medallion hunt in the state. So I'm not sure where we rank with St. Paul, but food trucks, we'll have probably, we're working on that right now, we'll probably have about 4 to 6 food trucks out there, variety of options. And beverages provided by Rascals and the Apple Valley Rotary Club, horse-drawn wagon and garden cart train rides, which I mentioned, bag toss tournament, snowshoeing. Dakota County has partnered with us to provide snowshoeing, which will be good if we have snow. And then we'll have miscellaneous kids and family games. We're working on programming a lot right now and lining that up. A scavenger hunt. Last year, the police and fire department participated when we were doing a lot of more virtual things, and they'll once again be doing a scavenger hunt that was very popular and a lot of fun. And we'll have all these. We'll have more details in the coming weeks. And once again, the music by the Riverside Hitmen, sponsored by the Apple Valley Arts Foundation. And of course, the event will conclude with fireworks. And does anyone have any questions?
Questions for Bill?
And like I said, we'll have more, we're nailing down, tightening up our schedule, and we'll have that all out soon. And
Wonderful.
Great.
Would imagine this will be on the website as it's
Yeah.
available, so people who can keep an updated eye on what's new and what we
right,
had. Yep.
we'll have it on the website. We'll post things on Facebook, and yep.
I know you have lots of opportunities for sponsors, so if somebody
Yeah.
wants to get in on the kind of the inaugural reinvention of our Midwinter Fest, there's still that opportunity.
Correct, yeah.
Deal.
So at this point, I'm assuming I will read the proclamation.
I was going to make sure you had a copy because I couldn't tell. I was going to
Just
give you
got
this one
one?
if you didn't. So
Okay.
please read the proclamation.
Sure. Whereas the City Council feels strongly that winters are here to stay in Apple Valley, and whereas we are not going to hide from winter, rather we're going to go out and celebrate winter at a Midwinter Festival. And whereas there is no better place to celebrate winter than right here in Apple Valley. And whereas the activities proposed will foster a sense of individual and community pride within the city. And whereas the Apple Valley Civic Organizations, Business Community, Parks and Recreation Department, and Midwinter Fest volunteers have joined together to support a wide variety of activities and civic celebration. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Apple Valley, Dakota County, Minnesota, that February 5th, 2022 is hereby proclaimed Apple Valley Midwinter Fest 2022.
We have a
Mayor, I'll
motion.
move the resolution.
Motion from Grendel,
Second.
second from Bergman. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. Thank you for presenting, and
Thank you.
thank you, Bill, and all of the Parks and Rec staff, and everybody else who is going to make this kind of a fun new event for us this year.
Yeah, I'm excited. Thank you.
We appreciate the ideas and the extra work. We know it's a little extra work. We'll hope for some snow as well, because those
Yeah.
fireworks over the snow should look pretty cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. With that, we'll move on to item 5B, which is the amendment to our dangerous dog and potentially dangerous dog ordinance, and Captain Francis has this item.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. Before you tonight for consideration is a change to our dangerous and potentially dangerous dog ordinance. A little bit of history of the dangerous and potentially dangerous dog ordinance dates back to about 2002. It was kind of contemporary at that time to mitigate some of the challenges with dog bites and dog attacks in our community. It is covered by state statute, but Apple Valley wanted to have something a little more specific for Apple Valley. Our ordinance is supplemented by state statutes, so where there is a gap in ordinance, we rely on state statute for that. Changes have been made to our statute over time, just basically allowing us to keep alignment with our hearing officer. If you recall, that's the last time I was before you. We moved it from in-house community development as the hearing officer to the Minnesota Humane Society, who has a bit more expertise on dog bites and dog behavior. So the proposed changes for tonight with this ordinance amendment, it's updating language. It's going to allow for some digital exchange of information. In this digital era, there's so many things we can do. People want electronically. They don't want a hard copy. They don't want carbon copies. They want something by email, something that can be scanned. So it accounts for that. It updates the hearing timelines to put them in line with state statute. So for a dangerous dog, that's 14 days. Potentially dangerous dog, that's as soon as practical. Once we moved to using the Humane Society as our hearing officer, we don't have the ability to say, you must do this within 14 days for us. We would rather err on the side of having that expertise, and maybe it takes a little bit longer to get connected with our hearing, so we wanted to make sure our ordinance reflected that. We also updated the finding timelines to make sure once a hearing is held, there's a set time which we are going to hear back from the hearing officer. It's not going to sit out there indefinitely where we have a dangerous or potentially dangerous dog in our community, or we're waiting for the hearing findings. And also we added a non-refundable hearing fee, similar to a court fee, to cover costs of the proceedings. All of these proposed changes were posted on the city website for at least 10 days. We have not received any feedback on any of that. The hearing or the proposed changes were drafted by the city attorney's office. And again, the refundable hearing fee is probably the biggest change for us, and you may ask why. The public may ask, why is there a hearing fee? There is a cost associated with these hearings, and because we have a level of expertise, there is eventually going to be a cost to the city. For right now, we're working with the Humane Society, and the hearing officer does the hearings for us and about 15 to 20 different municipal entities. Schedule's getting pretty busy. Some cities use an attorney. Some cities use, pay for other expertise within the community. So there is no fee right now that we pay, but eventually it's going to go that way as resources go get slimmer for especially the Humane Society. The fees themselves are common for any practice where a hearing or judgment's held. There's formal proceedings. We're proposing a $250 fee, and you can just look at other fees in Dakota County compared to that $250. It's a pretty nominal fee. So to fill out an adoption petition, $372. Child support just to file the paperwork, $347. Harassment restraining order, $297. So ours is below any of that. We're not claiming that our fees are going to be the same as a court, but it's very common. If there's a hearing, there's going to be a fee associated to it, which also helps us maintain a commitment from that resident that if we go through this process, we schedule a hearing officer, we pay our officer overtime to come in, or get our community service officers, they have a reason to come to the hearing because they've got a fee on the line. And we've had plenty of examples of folks not showing up for the hearings and just kind of delaying that. So the requested action is to pass the ordinance amending Chapter 91 of the City Code regulating animals, recommending the waiving of the second reading, and the second requested action is adopting the resolution setting the hearing fee. That'll get it into the city's fee schedule and have it in line with our new published schedule for 2022. Any questions?
Thanks, Captain. Do we have questions for Nick?
I do have a question.
Yes?
Are some breeds considered dangerous by definition?
No. Our ordinance does not, state statute does not. That was a touching point when we drafted this ordinance. There was, the pit bull is one that comes to mind that many people would think would be considered dangerous by itself. That's absolutely not the case. It's the dog's behavior. We've seen pit bulls that are much nicer than the Chihuahua or the Labrador or anything else. So ours is not breed specific, it's behavior specific.
Okay.
Great question.
Yeah. Our son had a Staffordshire Terrier pit bull. The sweetest dog I ever saw.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I think owners maybe need a little training.
Yep.
But,
Yeah. Neighbors got the same thing, right? So
Yep.
we have two actions in front of us. Thanks, Nick. Let's take them separately. Do we have a motion to pass the ordinance amending Chapter 91 of City Code and waive the second reading?
So moved.
Second.
Motion from Lander, second from Grendel. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
That carries. And then the second item is to adopt the resolution setting the hearing fee.
So moved.
Second.
Motion from Grendel, second from Bergman. Sorry, it's already halfway out. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Opposed, thank you, and thanks for bringing that one forward.
Thank you.
Thanks, Officer.
That brings us to staff and council communications. We'll start with staff. Are there any items, Tom?
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, yes, two items to just quickly mention. We did mention at our previous Economic Development Authority meeting that we have a vacancy, but we should do that also here at the city council as we have different viewing audiences perhaps. So the Apple Valley Economic Development Authority currently has a vacancy. It's a 7-member board made up of our city council members plus 2 additional members. We have a vacancy at the moment, and that application period is now open. Application deadline is January the 14th by 4:30 p.m. To be delivered to our city clerk's office, and the application is available on the city's website, cityofapplevalley.org. So the group is important. They help us do our attention, additions, attractions, expansion of our businesses, the development of tax base in our city, as well as the expansion of job opportunities. So we would welcome applications from those who have business-related experience, and the position also states that city residency is preferred but not required. So I just want to put that out there again, and as we get through the holidays, perhaps people will start to focus in on this opportunity that will close here on January the 14th. The second item was just an accolade to our Public Works and Parks employees who have, obviously winter is here, the snowfall has begun. We had 16.5 inches of snow on December the 10th. That is no small feat to get that off the roads and get us mobile again, and it was important to do so with the holidays. Our crews did a remarkable job, Public Works, Parks Maintenance, everyone who worked on our facilities. I just want to thank them publicly and also thank the public for doing what they can do, keeping the cars off of streets, don't park on the roads when we have those kinds of conditions, and allow us to get everybody mobile as quickly as we can. So just a thank you to them. I see a little snow in the forecast here on Christmas. Hopefully it will not be much, and they'll get to spend time with their families as well.
Thank you. John, you had an item.
Yeah, I have to commend the park department for the last this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, the Parks Department had bowling with Santa Claus at Bogarts, and I'd like to commend Bogarts for their outstanding partnership and get to see how enthused the owner was at Bogarts with the little kids. They had 3 different time frames, and the pictures I sent to the ad man was pretty cute. But while attended, I asked Santa Claus if this was their first time, and Santa Claus said yes, this was their first time, and I thought it was a tremendous turnout for the kids. On Sunday, the ice arena at the high school was open for the kids and the residents of all ages to skate. My understanding and from seeing it, that it's been used and done in the past, and it was a good turnout, but it's good to see people out participating. And again, thanks to the Santa Clauses that stopped by to say that enjoy the children. So it was a good event. So thanks, folks.
Yep, thank you. That was on my list as well. It was fun to see that. We're getting right to, speaking of skating, we're kind of getting right to ice skating season, both on our lakes and ponds as well as our rinks. And I know we've got some kind of warming house plans. I wonder, since we probably won't have a meeting and a chance to talk about this between now and end of the year, does Eric want to talk a little bit about what's going on with ice rinks and warming houses? And sorry for giving you no notice, because I thought of it as John said, skate with Santa. So.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, we are working on getting our outdoor skating rinks up and operating. Our parks maintenance crew is out flooding when the weather permits. We don't have enough staff right now to open up all of our sites, so we're planning to open up just 3 of our sites. That's what we have staff for. And so if anyone in the community is interested in working for the Park and Rec Department in a warming house this winter, please go to our website, fill out an application, and we'd be happy to get you on board so that we can try to have more of our sites open for this winter. So
What's the age, minimum age?
I believe you got to be at least 16 to work in a warming house, and anything more than that. It's a great job. It's a great opportunity to get involved in the community. And when you get all your work done, you can sit there and read a book or maybe do a little bit of homework too.
Great,
All
thank
right,
you.
Thank you.
And I'll go ahead and just take the public safety message and tell you that no ice should be safe, right? It's amazing watching. It was 53 one days, and the next day I looked out the window and there's people out walking on the ice. And so just be safe out there. I don't think our police or fire want to go pluck anybody out on Christmas Day. So please stay off of the ice unless you know it's safe. Only last item I had is on the consent agenda. We passed some annual changes to the bylaws for the Fire Relief Association, and we talked about Public Works and taking their time off to show up and plow, and just a reminder that those our paid on call firefighters are also there and stand ready to miss Christmas dinner and do all those things and miss time with their families as well to make sure we're all safe. So just Chief, if you could just share our thanks with them. I know we appreciate having them. We don't talk about them a lot, but we certainly appreciate their work and their commitment to the community. So thank you. With that, we'll move on to the calendar of upcoming events. The next informal city council meeting is Thursday, January 13th at 5:30. The next regular city council meeting is Thursday, January 13th at 7. And a reminder that city offices are closed Thursday, December 23rd and Friday, December 24th in observance of the Christmas holiday. And that offices are also closed Friday, December 31st in observance of New Year's Day. So some well-deserved time off if it does not snow. So with that, we would look for a motion to approve the calendar of events.
So moved.
Second.
Motion from Grendel, second from Melander. And that's our last item, so we would take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay.
All in favor, indicate by saying aye.
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 That carries. Thank you. Did we vote on the calendar? I don't know.